month or even a year, but I'll be there for you when the rain starts to fall. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause you're there for me too. So no one told you love was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke you broke, love loves you away. It's like you're always stuck as again, yeah. Well, it doesn't mean your day, week, your month, or even your year, but I'll be there for you when the rain starts to fall. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause you're there for me too. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, OHS. I'm Alex,
I'm Kelsey.
and today we'll be reading your announcements. Today, Thursday, October 31st, is Halloween, and no activities besides the National FFA Convention.
Tomorrow, Friday, November 1st, no activities except for the National FFA Convention.
And this weekend, there's also no activities Saturday or Sunday.
The junior high girls basketball tournament at Wagner that was scheduled for Saturday, November 2nd, has now been moved to Saturday, November 9th.
Stay in Sports will be doing the girls and boys basketball shirt orders this year. If you are interested in ordering a shirt, you can pick up an order form in the main office or Mrs. Gartner's office. Money and order forms can be turned back in the main office or to Coach Eichelberger. And that's all for announcements. Some weather for you guys. It is currently clear with the temperature of 14 degrees Fahrenheit and a wind speed of 6 miles per hour is coming from the west.
Today, the high will be 45 with a low of 29. It should be sunny all day until tonight. It should be partly cloudy.
Friday, it's going to be mostly cloudy with a high of 41 degrees, and Friday night will be a low of 21 degrees Fahrenheit.
And that'll be it for your weather. Now we'll go on to your lunch. Today we'll have a grilled chicken deli wrap.
Chicken ranch pasta with dinner roll,
Pork fritter sandwich.
a fresh baked Italian sub,
Today for our vegetables we'll have western green beans.
and for fruit, our fruit and veggie bar,
Ooh, a Rice Krispie treat for dessert.
and our 3 choices of milk and orange juice.
Now for days of the year. Today is obviously Halloween and Magic Day.
Caramel apple day,
And then a part of Computer Learning Month.
the last day of
Oh, the last day of, yeah.
Dyslexia Awareness Month,
Family History Month
Black Hat Awareness Month,
and Mental Health Month
Cybersecurity Awareness Month,
and ADHD Awareness Month.
Fire Prevention Month.
It's a lot of months.
Just 1 month.
Yeah, just 1 month. And then like breast cancer awareness month.
And Pizza Month. That's all for our announcements. We'll head on over to sports.
Torpin's Rodeo Market is located in the heart of O'Neill and has everything your family needs to stay full and happy. Torpin's always keeps their shelves stocked with fresh produce and also offers goods from local producers. Their weekly bankroll drawing offers a chance to win cash every time you shop. And every spring they give back to the community by giving away multiple senior scholarships. Torpin's Rodeo Market, the friendliest store in town and your only home-owned food store.
Oh, we're back with sports. I'm Alex.
I'm Oscar.
And, no, wait, go back to the 30th. For school, there's no sports happening for the rest of the week.
But we
But
do have
yesterday-
some scores from yesterday's NBA game. So
The Timberwolves played the 76ers, losing 117-95.
the Cavaliers beat the Bulls 117 to 111.
The Magic beat the Knicks 95-83.
Piston lost to the Raptors 125 to 113.
The Celtics beats the Bucks 116 to 105.
Pacers beat the Nets 118 to 108.
Trailblazers beat the Thunder 102 to 99.
Rockets beat the Wizards 159 to 158.
The Clippers lost to the Jazz 110 to 96.
Hornets beat the Kings 118 to 111.
And the Suns beat the Warriors 121 to 110. And those were all the games that went on yesterday.
And Stephen Curry's out with a broken left hand as well.
Broken left hand from Stephen Curry.
Sucks for him.
And for tonight, the Heat will be playing the Hawks.
Nuggets and the Pelicans.
The Spurs versus the Clippers.
And that will be it for your sports.
Now on
Great Plains
to
State Bank has been
Schoolyard
meeting the
Farmer.
needs of its customers for nearly 100 years, offering a wide selection of flexible and competitive loan options, including personal, commercial, and ag lending. GPS is a small-town bank with big-town resources, with a full range of innovative deposit products. GPS creates strong clients and strong communities by providing valuable and trusted common-sense banking. Great Plains State Bank continues to deliver quality banking products and services that are representative of their name. GPS, great personal service.
Hello and welcome back to Schoolyard Farmer. We are your hosts, Rosie,
Michaela.
And Dominic.
and today we'll be talking about indoor plant care.
The first and most obvious essential things that you need for your plant is oxygen, food, water, and sunlight. Make sure you know how much sunlight your plant needs. For example, cacti require bright light, whereas ficus trees require indirect light. This can be found out by some basic internet research or by reading the self-care label that comes with plants that you buy.
Another important thing they'll need is fertilizer. This helps them to maintain healthy growth, which in turn assists them in warding off pests and diseases. A fertilizer recommended by gardeners.com is called Plant Health Care for Seedlings and Houseplants. It contains a 6-12-6 fertilizer, humic and amino acids, as well as vitamins. In the spring, it is suggested that you start fertilizing houseplants about 8 weeks before the last expected spring frost, with the first 3 fertilizer applications being made at about half strength. In the summer, you can switch to a more regular schedule based on the type of fertilizer you are using. In the fall, you should fertilize about 8 weeks before the first expected fall frost, and then begin to taper off the amount of houseplant fertilizer, as you do not need to fertilize in the winter, as most plants are dormant.
A major cause of death in any kind of plant is overwatering. As stated before, many plants come with a self-care label when you purchase them, and you use this when determining how much water your plant needs. Another way to determine how much water they need is by season. For example, houseplants need less water in the winter. Check the dampness of the soil before you grab the watering can. The soil should be dry about 2 inches down and not just on the surface. After checking if your plant needs it, you should water thoroughly. Let it drain out the bottom of the pot into a sink or bucket. Don't let the pot sit in a saucer of water when you are done. Plant roots need as much air as they need water and nutrients.
Pests can also cause major damage to your houseplants. If you buy a plant from a store or bring it in for the winter, carefully inspect it to ensure there are no pests on it. If there is, cure the problem before you bring the plant indoors or around other plants. The diseases can be very contagious in plants, so every time you water your plants, check the soil and both sides of the leaves to make sure no pest problems have begun. You should always make sure you're planting in fertile soil, and if you see anything, put the plant in isolation for a couple weeks until the problem is resolved.
Dust can be another problem for a plant. Dust can clog the pores of the leaves of the plant, which means the plant can't respirate properly. If there is too much dust, it can cut down the amount of sunlight that reaches the plant, causing it to struggle with photosynthesis, which is the plant's natural food. Dust can also attract spider mites and other pests like the ones mentioned before. To clean the leaves of your houseplant, dampen a soft cloth with clean, warm water and add a little bit of insecticidal soap. Then gently wipe down both sides of the leaves. Never use a feather duster, as it carries diseases from plant to plant.
Another step you can take to keep your houseplants healthy is to increase the humidity of where they are located. You can put rocks or pebbles in the saucers and fill them with water, allowing them to evaporate. but ensure the bottom of the pot is not touching or standing in the water. Another way to increase the humidity is to group the plants together, or run a humidifier or vaporizer in the room. Keep your plants away from heaters, drafts, or cold windows, as this will reduce the water that they receive, making the water evaporate faster.
A final step in taking care of your houseplants is to cut away old growth. Late winter is the best time to prune your houseplants, as they might not have received enough light through the winter, and it's a good way to encourage new growth in the spring.
And we have our species spotlight for the week, and it's succulents this time. And succulents are one of the easiest plants to take care of.
So for the care and maintenance of succulents, when bringing your succulents indoors, you want to make sure they have direct sunlight, so place them towards a sunny area in your home. If your succulents aren't getting enough sunlight, you'll notice that they will start stretching, which means they will spread out their leaves and bend towards the sunlight.
Now, when it comes to watering your succulents, they like to have their roots soaked with water, but then they want to be dried out very quickly. Then they want water again after the soil has been dry for a few days. Personally, I lay a couple ice cubes around my succulents once a week or until the soil feels dry to the touch.
When deciding what pot to put your succulents in, stay away from glass pots because they don't like to sit in soggy soil, and they need a pot that allows them to have good airflow to maintain healthy roots.
Bonsai trees and succulents are very popular and beautiful plants because of the easy care and the maintenance that they require. People also love them so much because of how adorable they are. Just look at them. Also, buying this is pretty cheap and doesn't require you to make a huge investment.
Don't forget to email us any questions that you may have about your plants for us to discuss on the show. Our email is schoolyardfarmer@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in, and happy Halloween.